A couple of days ago, I was going through all of my videos when I noticed something that bugged me. My last 5 videos were about AU. Almost 8 videos, since there's only one Forsaken AR video in between them. And it got me thinking, the last time I seriously played Forsaken AR was a year ago, when I made the last part of my Playing Forsaken AR for a Week series. And since I've been uploading a lot of AU videos, I thought I could give FNAF AU a bit of a rest and focus on Forsaken AR for a bit. Hello everyone, TheOtherEmilio here, with a video I've been excited to make for a very long time, revisiting Forsaken AR. So, this video will basically be about me checking out everything new that has been added or changed since I last played Forsaken AR. Also, would you guys like to see more Forsaken AR videos? Like some videos of me getting all the new stuff, or a Forsaken AR gauntlet similar to the one I did with AU? If so, tell me in the comments and I will gladly do them. So, this video will be divided into 3 different sections that you'll be able to check in the timeline below. General changes. This section will cover minimal changes, like new UI or quality of life stuff, encounters. As the name suggests, I will focus on all the changes an animatronic had during its encounter, like new animations or new sound effects, and I'll also be checking out all the new skins and characters during this section. Workshop. And for the final section, I'll cover all the changes that happened inside the workshop, like new animations and icons. And finally, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people that helped me out during the creation of this video. These people guided me through this journey, and you'll be able to see their names on screen, as well as a special thanks to the 2 MVPs of this video, CRO and Dexter. This video wouldn't have been possible without them. And without anything else to add, let's check everything new that has been added to Forsaken AR since I last played the game, almost a year ago. Oh, how I missed seeing this sequence. And right off the bat we can spot the first change. The opening sequence has been reworked to include the Forsaken AR Studios logo, an homage to the late Timbo, and the logging in screen. While small, I feel that this change helps Forsaken AR feel like its own game. And we're in. Greeted by...
What the hell is this?
And my god, it feels amazing being back home. Okay, I think you've already noticed something odd about my HUD. I'm level 2, I have no profile icon, and I have a shit ton of coins. And the reason is... I lost my account. But that's okay, because this means I can make more videos of me getting everything back. And no, I will not be making another Playing Forsaken AR for a week. I haven't even finished the AU one. The second change can be found in the settings menu. First is the audio settings, where you can disable music, ambience, jump scares, and more. And honestly, I'm surprised that this feature wasn't even added in FNAF AR, as it's a crucial settings to any game. Then there's the visual settings, and to be honest, this one is more of an optional feature. All I know is that I won't be playing at 60 FPS anytime soon. And finally, there's a debug section. The first option is a debug console, with a lot of mumbo jumbo that I do not understand and will never do. And also there's an option for device information. I feel that I can dox myself with this one, so I'll just censor it. And that's everything with the settings section. Moving to the email section, this one is small, but you can delete all emails. Yeah, world changing, I know. I guess this can help clear some lag that the emails generate. Heading to the shop and scrolling past all this stuff, there's a new type of purchasable items, CDs. At first, I thought it would be in actual CDs, that when purchased, you could change the overworld music to the CDs you just purchased, but they ended up being profile icons. How disappointing. Just imagine listening to Creation's second phase music while in the hub world. And for the last general change, the photo booth is now free, and that's actually a nice change. I never understood why it was locked behind a paywall to begin with. However, you still need to pay for the frames, which is fine because I actually don't care at all for the frames. And that's basically everything in the general section. Now we move to the encounter section, and boy, this will take a long time. Now for the section everyone is dying to see. First, I'll start with the skins, then I'll move on to the characters. After that, I'll go after the new dev skins, and finally I'll check the changes that the previous animatronics had. And you might be wondering, how will a new account face off against all the new characters? Well, thankfully for me, the first MVP of this challenge, CRO, had me covered. Thanks to his use of dark magic, aka coding, he was able to give me a shit ton of coins, and check this out. He also gave me a shit ton of lures. I guess it's safe to say I won't be running out of lures anytime soon. So, the first skin on the list is... I gotta tell you, after not playing the game for a year, fighting Molten Freddy as my first character is not ideal whatsoever. And yes, CRO also gave me some buffs. Wow, what a way to start the encounters. Holiday Spirit Molten Freddy blew me out of my mind. I forgot just how much effort goes into creating these skins, the animations, the music, the sound effects, everything. First off, his ambience music is just phenomenal. It achieved that mysterious yet festive feeling it's trying to convey. My favorite part of the encounter is the high wire. The wavy animation, almost ghostly-like, is in character with its name. Even though he took me 2 attempts to defeat, I was mesmerized by how good the skin is. Woodcarver Fountain Freddy is up next, and as soon as I entered the fight, I went for the soundtrack, as the ambience music used during the encounter is a remix of an unused FNAF World song called Ice Dungeon. I did not expect that, but it was a pleasant surprise. The wood sound effects combined with Fountain Freddy's footsteps are really nice, but I found it rather strange that there was no voice at all. I also love the almost low polygon style that he has, and Bon Bon being a nutcracker is just the cherry on top.
What did I ever do to you?
Shut up, H.
After 2 amazing skins, we now have a mediocre one. And this skin really disappointed me. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot that 8-bit Ballora was even a thing. First of all, the music is so annoying. I know it's supposed to be an 8-bit version of the Nutcracker's theme, but I don't know, I just don't like it. Also, I'm not a fan of the design at all. It looks bland and very simplistic. I guess this skin doesn't hold a candle against Woodcarver and Holiday Spirit.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Next up is... wait, what? Who the fuck is Benny? Are we just dead-ass making up characters now? Can I just say that Totem Panic and Benny are the absolute funniest characters in the game? Like seriously, I loved all of Benny's voice lines. My favorite ones being...
Is that a cockroach? Ew. Boo! Oh well, you know what they say. I don't know. Boo! Did I scare you?
And I also love the ambience music, but the design is just... okay? Not too bad, but not too good. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Benny is basically a Toy Bunny skin. I'm honestly surprised that this is the first skin Toychica got in for second AR. The design is very cool, but unless I'm missing a reference here, it has nothing to do with time travel, except by some clocks. The ambience music gives off an adventurer vibe, but I'm still a bit mixed about it. And my god, the attack version is so good. I honestly prefer it over the original model. Overall, it's a nice skin. I don't really have strong feelings over it, but it's nice. I can just tell by the animations that this skin will be great. The design is so amazing. It's very complex, but still manages to keep the essence of Mangle. My favorite part is the Plague Doctor mask, and the torso and skull as the second endoskeleton. The sound effects are some of my favorites, especially that haywire and jumpscare sound effects. The ambience is kinda mediocre. I would say that's the only thing I didn't like during the encounter. Overall, I think this has become one of my favorites for second AR skins. Holy meat! How did we go from this to this? Don't get me wrong, I love the design, but it's very complex to the point where you don't even know who this skin belongs to. The sound effects and music are overall fine, and also I just find it funny how he has comically large hands. Okay, next on our list is junk. Makes sense. Okay, so apparently Hector comes from the pizzeria roleplay A la verga, este es un trabalenguas. From the pizzeria roleplay remastered game. There, finally. Ay, esto me costó un chingo. I entered the fight having 0 to none expectations, thinking it was gonna be another Benny, but my god was I wrong. First up, the design. I fucking love it. It fits so well in the FNAF universe. The sound effects are amazing, especially that haywire one. I entered the fight having low expectations, and I left the fight loving Hector to the point where I can consider him in my top 5 animatronics. And with Hector done, I have officially seen every single skin that has been added since I last played. So it's time for me to share my thoughts on them. Honestly, I'm surprised by how amazing most of these skins turned out to be, and that's one of the reasons why I love the game so much. The amount of love and detail these skins have is just so impressive. Even for skins I did not enjoy like 8-Bit Candelora or the Scream Punk, I can still see the amount of detail and love the team had while creating these skins. Let's see if the characters have something new to offer, starting with... I'm honestly surprised by how fast they implemented Carney into the game, being implemented 96 days after the release of Help Wanted 2. And I'm even more surprised by the fact that we now have 2 Rockstar Freddy variants in the game, but we still don't have the main man. Reading through Carney's mechanic, I thought it was gonna be very difficult and a tedious animatronic, but it ended up being a very fun and challenging one. He's basically a creation, but the faces are inverted. Still, I would have hoped for a different mechanic, something related to his minigame in Help Wanted 2 perhaps. I love his animations, and his appearance during the second phase. It reminds me a lot of Flaming Springtrap. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think his voice lines are reused from Help Wanted 2, but I'm not really sure. Overall, I really liked Carney. He has a very entertaining fight that can also be quite challenging, but in a good way. Oh boy, where do I start with this one? Let's just get something out of the way. I've never ever liked Yendo at all. With that being said, I entered the fight with low expectations, and wow, my expectations sank to the bottom of the ocean. His fight is very easy, but not in a fun way. All you have to do is shock him and shock him and shock him and shock him and shock. You get the idea. And that's not the dev's fault. He's just too obscure of a character to have a good mechanic. Honestly, this is the meatiest animatronic I've fought so far. I doubt there will be one that surpasses how meat Yendo is. Before I started trash talking Mendo, I was honestly surprised by his promotion, from an endoskeleton skin to now his own and unique character. Now, did Mendo honestly deserve to be his own unique character?
No.
He's basically an endoskeleton that takes 2 shots to defeat. I guess that's a reference to his shop in FNAF World, but I don't know, an endoskeleton that takes 2 shots to defeat can become quite tedious. At least have him switch his eye colors once, just to spice things up. And my biggest complaint, the ambience music. So that's Mendo for y'all. He should have stayed as a skin. Wow, I never thought that a character this simple could become one of my favorites. I also love the little FNAF movie reference. Sparky is a very easy character to defeat, but in a good way. In terms of difficulty, he's supposed to go alongside the 4 original animatronics. And that's because they share the exact same mechanic. I also love the fact that his character just screams nostalgia, from his sound effects to the animations to the model and the mechanic. I'm overall pleased by Sparky's inclusion. Remember my Yendo complaint? All you have to do is shock him and shock him and shock him and shock him and shock. You get the idea. Well, the same applies here. Before I start my complaints with him, let me just say that the built-in map is so gorgeous. I was so taken out by the sudden change, especially by the fact that it took quite a while for the map to appear. The best part is that you can switch between the normal AR and MR. I was so flabbergasted that I actually died while processing everything that happened. The map is incredible, the model and animations are fantastic. The addition of the plushkins with the Halloween masks is a nice detail. The ambience music is your typical Halloween song, nothing new about it. But the problem lays in his mechanic. Thanks to that, the fight can be quite long and very tedious. It's just shock after shock after shock and occasional device shakes to get the plushkins babies off of you. I would have honestly liked something else. Overall, a very good character that is unfortunately dragged down by his tedious mechanic. While not a new animatronic, Lefty got a new mechanic, and thank God it did. The previous one was just awful in every single way, and I can confidently say that this new one is leagues beyond the previous one. Let's start with the mechanic. The first phase has you looking at Lefty during the haywires, while making sure you don't move too much. The second phase has you shocking Lefty during his haywires. Sounds very simple, but the noise meter makes it stressful. It actually makes me want to fight Lefty, instead of avoiding the fight at all costs like the previous mechanic. The mechanic isn't the only thing that got changed. Lefty got a brand new set of voice lines, a new ambience music being a remix of the Puppet music box, and a brand new set of animations. Overall, a great improvement, and I'm actually happy that they got rid of that fucking mechanic. When I first heard that there was another 8-bit character, I was about to set my expectations as low as I could possibly get, but thankfully I was proven wrong. First off, this character being in Forsaken makes much more sense than 8-bit Baby and 8-bit Ballora. He works exactly the same as Springtrap, which I don't have any problems with. Now, there are some things that I adore about his encounter. The first one being his ambience music. As simple as it can be, it has no business going that hard. And that attack mode? Good lord, that's the hardest thing I've seen in a while. For being an 8-bit character, 8-bit Purple Guy blew my mind by how amazing he is. Remember that obscure character from FNAF World? I mean, the Desolate Hope? Yeah, me neither. So you mean to tell me that a fucking coffee machine makes it in before Wither the Bunny? I've truly seen it all. But honestly, I'm not too upset, as I actually enjoyed Coffee's encounter. It's quite simple, yet challenging, especially because of the mega viruses he deploys. And that's actually a very neat reference to FNAF World. And that ambience music is just so fantastic, it's a shame I can't find it anywhere. Even if he was added as a joke character, I'm surprised that Coffee manages to surpass someone like Yendo. Now let's move on to the last character, who totally isn't a joke character. What? So we get a fucking coffee machine and a Walmart version of a bidybab before any Rockstar, Withered, or even any mainline Nightmare characters. Lally really took the joke character tag very seriously, as he's basically a combination of Plush Trap with Valora's Noise Meter. And let me tell you, that's the easiest combination of mechanics in the whole game. It didn't even feel like there was a noise meter at all. I mean, the design is fine, it's interesting, to say the least. The fight, as I just said, it's just easy, I can't really say anything about it. Even though he's a joke character, I still quite enjoy the fight. With a total of 9 characters, I was surprised by how much I liked them all. Sure, there's characters like Mendo and Dreadbear who share the exact same mechanic, and then there's Lally. But I honestly enjoyed every single one of them. Now let's move to the dev skins. Before I start talking about the skin, can someone please tell me who this skin is based on? And I mean the mechanic, not the actual person. I could not for the love of God tell who this mechanic belongs to. My main guess is that they just mashed up Nightmare BB and Springtrap's mechanic, but I'm not complaining, the combination of mechanics is actually pretty fun. The design is quite alright, and the animations are just so good, especially the haywire one during the first phase. And also, can we just appreciate the absolute BS that went down? I will count that as a win. I don't care what anyone else says. And for the final dev skin, we have Bunny Game. I honestly don't have a lot to say. He's a Toy Freddy skin, and unless you're extremely bad at the game, it won't be challenging at all. The design is very cute, and the death animation is very funny. Overall, a great dev skin.
Watch out!
If I had to choose between Historical Panda or Bunny Game, I would choose Historical Panda. Now, don't get me wrong, I also love Bunny Game, but Panda's mechanic is more entertaining, and the design is a bit better than Bunny Game. Now that the two dev skins are out of the way, let's focus on all the previous animatronics who had some changes to their encounters. Yo, this is me, Emilio, 2 weeks after all of the voice recording and all that stuff. And also, this is me without a script. This is just me talking to you guys. So, just to make this as short as possible, I forgot to mention that there was also a new dev skin. That skin being Walty Firewall. And, just to keep it simple, I forgot to include the skin on my list. On a list I was doing where I wrote down all the names of the new skins, characters, and dev skins I needed to check out. And I could do a small section similar to the one I did with Bunny Game, but I honestly cannot be bothered to fight an Afton right now. Because if I'm not mistaken, then Firewall is basically an Afton. So yeah, well, I've seen his workshop animations and the fight, and it looks very funny and very cool as well. I'd love to fight it, but I'd also love to finish this video as soon as possible. It's taken 2 weeks to, record all the stuff, edit, and, all of that. So yeah, basically I'm sorry for not checking Walty Firewall, but just know he's, like an 8 out of 10 for me. Or at least from what I've seen, he's an 8 out of 10 for me. First up is Negate Rainbow Freddy. He received a brand new set of animations, both during the encounter and during his workshop animation. Here's a little side by side of them. Overall, I'm pleased with this change, since I always found it curious how he got Yakuchika's animations instead of his own animations. He also got new voice lines. Well, not exactly new, as he still uses normal Freddy's voice, but he has a new filter on it. Next up, Fountain Foxy got new voice lines, and thank God he did, because his previous ones were just too weird. And by that, I mean that he sounded nothing like the official voice. Plus, most of his previous voice lines were impossible to understand due to that filter he had.
Tonight's guest star is Drogo, please. Ready?
I'll be needing a volunteer for this next act.
Scrap Baby also got new voice lines. She now has unique voice lines done by a talented voice actress. She did an amazing job interpreting the official voice. And if you're curious, the previous version of Scrap Baby reused voices from both Baby and Scrap Baby.
I hope you enjoy our time together. I'll make it your last time alive.
Other minor changes include Chica, Fountain Freddy, Baby, and Toy Chica getting new ambient music. I won't include them here, but you can check them on YouTube. I've put a link down in the description if you wanna check them out. But let me just say, Fountain Freddy's music goes so hard. I did not expect it being a Venta Black remix. And as far as encounters go, that's basically everything that got added since I last played the game. With the encounter section done, we can now go to the last section, being the workshop changes. Let's start small with the removed skins. The first one, and the most obvious one, being Mendo, as he is his own unique character, even though he shouldn't be. And there was also a removed dev skin, that being Corruption. I guess they left the team, otherwise I can't come up with a reason to delete the skin. And while not new, let me just remind you all of what they took from us. I'll never forget you, Frank and Toy Freddy. You were too perfect for this world. Now for the workshop animations. As previously mentioned, Negate Rainbow Freddy got a brand new workshop animation, as well as Afton. And my god, talk about a glow up! Not only did he get a new animation, but he also got a brand new model. Or at least it looks like it. Now for new assets. There's a bunch of new plush suit icons for Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Plush Trap, Spring Trap, this one is my personal favorite, Frostbear, Totem Panic, Lefty, and Golden Freddy. Oh, and also, don't tell anyone, but I managed to grab some upcoming plush suit icons for Baby, both Jackos, Ballora, Fountain Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle, and JJ. Frost and Piranha Plush Trap got new chairs, being a barrel and a freezer. Honestly, the barrel has to be my personal favorite one. And for the final and biggest change in my opinion, attack versions of the characters being displayed in the workshop just by touching their face. I love to show all of the animatronics and skins that got this change, but I don't have any of them. Or do I? Just for the record, I hate purchasing suits. And there we go, this trick can be applied to all Toy Chica skins, VR Toy Freddy, and I'm guessing 8-bit Purple Guy as well. Those are the only ones that come to my mind. I'm sure there are more. And as far as I'm aware, those are all the changes that have been implemented since I last played Forsaken AR. I'm overall surprised by the amount of content that got added, and I honestly can't wait to see what's in store for the future of this game. So, there you have it. Those are all my thoughts on everything that has been added to the game. Sorry to all of the Forsaken AR fans for abandoning this game. Since I now have nothing on this account, I guess I'll upload more videos trying to get everything in the game. If you have any suggestions on how I can make those videos, I'll gladly accept them. Because the only thing I can think of is another playing Forsaken AR for a week. And that is not happening at all. I don't have the time nor motivation to do that. Thank you all for watching this video. See you all later, gamers. Peace.